There, I'm Tom Ventura, and today I'm here to talk to you about bank reconciliations. What is it? Well, firstly, bank reconciliations is a form of internal cash control, and it's all about getting smart so you can eliminate chaos and stay in control of your business and its cash. It's essentially a way that the business manages to manage its cash and keeps its cash under control. Essentially, it's the way that the bank and the business make sure they have the same bottom line actual cash balance by making sure that they both have the same number at the end of their bank reconciliations. Okay, now into the nitty and gritty of what a bank reconciliation really is. Step 1, reconciling the bank balance. This is all about deposits in transits and outstanding checks. Deposits in transits are plussed onto the bank balance because they're a deposit made by the company, but it's not actually been cleared on the bank statement yet. And an outstanding check is essentially the opposite of this, so it's minus. There are also errors, which is when someone on the bank side makes an error in the records, essentially meaning that it either has to be plus or minus depending on what happens to get to the actual cash balance at the end. This can be shown by this graph here, which shows the balance per bank at the start, and then through these 3 steps you can get to the adjusted balance or the actual cash balance. Okay, so the next step of the bank reconciliation is step 2, which is reconciling the company balance. This mainly consists of credit memorandums and debit memorandums. A credit memorandum is basically bank deposits and they are plussed from the company balance. And a debit memorandum, e.g. non-sufficient fund checks or fees paid to the bank, are minused off this. In this step, we also have the errors, which are the same as in the previous step, except this time they're made on the company side, and they essentially work the same way as discussed already. And you can see this on the side here, with you get the bank balance per depositor or company, and through these 3 steps of plussing and minusing, we can get the adjusted balance or the actual cash balance, which should be the same as that appears on the bank's sheet. Okay, so the third and final step of a bank reconciliation is adjusting the cash balance. This is where we make the necessary journal entries to reflect the actual cash balance that we've just figured out in the previous steps. The company's book balance must be adjusted to meet the actual cash balance. So essentially, they have to monitor their accounts receivable, cash, notes receivable, and many others, and make sure they equal what their actual value is. So keep control of all that cash that the business has got. Okay, now time for an example. Here we can see your regular bank reconciliation, and here we can see the bank balance per books and bank balance per bank are quite different. But through these steps, we can then create the same adjusted balance per bank or books, which is the actual cash balance. Here's another example where we can see cash, accounts receivable, and notes receivable, and many others being adjusted so they make the actual bank balance that we've seen in the bank reconciliations. Okay, thanks for listening, and
Well, that's all, folks.